I thought it was.
Animal rights organisation PETA is using the COVID crisis to urge people to go vegan. Billboards saying tofu never caused a pandemic have appeared in 4 of America's hardest hit states.
We launched this nationwide campaign to remind people that the meat industry breeds killer diseases and that everyone can help prevent the next viral outbreak by living vegan now.
PETA claims that animal markets and meat manufacturers are responsible for the pandemic. In Iowa, one of its billboards was put up right outside a meat plant. The campaign has drawn criticisms from some who accuse the organisation of exploiting people's feelings.
I find it very insensitive for PETA to have a billboard that states tofu would never cause a pandemic, just a few miles from one of NJ's largest healthcare systems filled with people who are fighting for their lives right now. Not the right time, PETA.
Imagine using the pandemic where people are suffering to push your agenda.
Wow, using the feared pandemic to use as a way to shove your propaganda on us. This makes me sick that you're taking this pandemic as a chess piece. This pandemic is killing people, overwhelmed doctors, even having people fresh out of med school dying.
We put the issue up for debate. Dr. Caris Bennett from PETA UK and Patrick Holden from the Sustainable Food Trust discussed whether veganism can really save people.
This might be a fun billboard, but it's deadly serious. 18,000 people who work in meatpacking factories have been infected with COVID-19. The conditions that people have to work in at meatpacking factories and in abattoirs is absolutely atrocious. PETA sympathises with the plight of people who work there. They're often on minimum wage. They have very long hours. It's a physically demanding job. It's in close contact, so coronavirus can jump from one person to another. PETA want to see the end of the abuse of humans and animals. We want these meatpacking facilities to be part of history. We need to go vegan in order to protect ourselves as well as animals and the environment.
I think that intensive livestock production, factory farming of animals is unethical and unsustainable, and we should all be appalled by those kind of systems of production. But you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater there. You're also saying we should extend our practice to becoming completely vegan, and that's where I'm challenging you. I believe that there is a different way, a better way, where animals can be compassionately looked after and fed during their lives, as I am doing with my dairy herd. And for me, as long as the animal's been happy during its life and the conditions of its death are as good as they possibly could be, that's an ethical choice I feel comfortable with.
Patrick, I do applaud your aims of more sustainable farming and better conditions for animals, but we've got to look at the facts. It doesn't matter how good the animal's life has been and however big the field is they may be living in, no animal wants to die. If you put yourself in their place and you were taken to the abattoir, would you agree to that? Of course you wouldn't. It is unethical to eat other animals, and we don't need to do it in this day and age.
What I would say to you is that both for nutritional reasons and soil fertility reasons, livestock, the right kind of livestock, managed in a compassionate way, need to be part of the sustainable farming systems. And as long as you haven't got ethical objections, it's perfectly right and sensible to eat those products.
The live animal market at Wuhan was a source of the outbreak for the coronavirus, where the infection spread so rapidly because of the huge number of different species of animals there. They were living in their own filth. Our investigations have showed there's just blood and guts everywhere. It's absolutely disgusting. But these conditions exist on modern farms around the world as well. And we've seen pandemic outbreaks. At the moment, there's a massive virus infection going on with pigs. African swine fever has killed millions of pigs. We just don't know when the next virus is going to jump from animals to humans.
I believe that sustainable livestock production needs to be and will be an integral part of the sustainable food systems we need for the future. And we, as the consuming public, need to be able to differentiate between those systems which are unethical, unsustainable, and therefore part of the problem, all those systems that have just been described, and those which are emphatically part of the solution, and rather like the Serenity player, know the difference between the two.
Well, do get in touch and share your thoughts on this issue and all of our other stories by following us on social media. And join us again at the top of the hour with the latest news.